9 or 10 Republicans on that committee, 9 Republicans on that committee said, hey, you got to resign. Here to weigh in is Democratic Congressman Khanna of California, member of the House Oversight Committee, who looks wide awake for a guy that should be really tired because it's 3 in the morning.
I'm impressed. The place is buzzing around here.
Oh, yeah. It never stops now. Congressman, your reactions what the Republicans did yesterday?
Well, Adam Schiff shouldn't resign. Look, we have a separation of powers. That's part of the Constitution. You have strong oversight. And the president who can stand up to Xi Jinping can take Congress's oversight or a robust press. So let's move on. Let's figure out things we can come together on. We know the Russians interfered. Put aside President Trump. I was talking to Kevin McCarthy. I said, how do we prevent further interference?
You should chair that committee because that's where we should be heading now. Do you understand the frustration where the summary comes out, no one questions its authenticity and accuracy, and having somebody who has access to intelligence do something that everyone in that committee who has the same access feels is inaccurate?
Well, look, I mean, we do need to see the full report. Part of it is all speculation before the report. But here's my view. Do we want other countries to interfere? Our tech platforms are still vulnerable to social media manipulation, to hacking. Why not look for some common ground in this country to say American elections shouldn't be interfered with?
The other major issue that I feel, maybe you do too, especially over in California, is what's happening at our border. All from sea to shining sea, they seem to be overwhelmed. And you're seeing officials make the announcements now. 13,000 going through the El Paso sector. They had to let about 2,000 out over the weekend. There's just no place to house them. And when these pictures started emerging, this tweet came out, and I wanted to get your response to it from Congressman first this one, and then I want to get Congressman Omar. Kind of surprised me with her response. This is El Paso right now, where hundreds of migrant families are being held in a parking lot of a Border Patrol station because there is no room for them inside or anywhere else. So then this comes out. This is abhorrent and inhumane. It's without a doubt a reflection of the white nationalism and what it's doing to our country. As a country, we have to acknowledge that this is how people are being treated here and decide we are better and we must do better. They're trying to get here. They're not members of our country. Do you think she is, do you back her thought on that picture?
I disagree with that. Look, I grew up in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I'm the son of immigrants. I believe this is fundamentally a good, decent, kind country. I do think we should speak out for rights and human rights and treat people regardless of how they come here with American values. And I have spoken about having more humane treatment at the border and respecting rights. But I think that this country is one of the most open countries in the world.
Congressman, I agree with you personally. And also, I think we can't put Hiltons down there. There's got to be some control of the border. I wish you would have that bipartisan, bring that bipartisan attitude downtown to Washington. But what about the use of the term white nationalism? Do you think white nationalism is appropriate?
I don't. I mean, look, do I think that there is some small segment of the population that believes in that? Sure, but I don't think this country, at its core, we are the most open nation in the world to people of all different backgrounds, all different faiths. We should celebrate. That's what makes America exceptional.